Hello, little Mr. Doom, and welcome to your deck review. For those of you joining us for the first time on YouTube, this is a series where I, Maultown, normally a prodigious hater of all things that you're doing in your commander deck, will calmly and lovingly help you with your commander deck and help you in fixing your commander deck's strange little PP. Your PP being your premise and your practicum. Your premise is the idea behind your deck. For this deck, it's aura farming with X-Death, and your practicum is the stuff in the 99. For this deck, all creatures. So, we're going to spend a little bit talking about their idea, whether or not it can be achieved in the bracket they want to play at. It seems like we're in maybe bracket 2, bottom of bracket 3 territory, and where they will have to make compromises, if any. After that, we'll get into the meat of the 99 and talk about what needs to be done there. So, this used to be a faster X-Death Voltron deck, and it was fine, but we didn't love it. What we want to play into is the character of X-Death in Final Fantasy is a big aura farmer. They are indulgent, right? They're not going quickly. They're here to make a monologue. That's very possible. The thing you may not like about it is it's going to require you to be a control player. We're doing combat damage. We are refusing to do combat damage quickly. And so if we are taking a thing we could be doing quickly and refusing to do that proactive thing quickly, the only place left for us to compete is we must stop other people from doing their proactive thing. Now, that doesn't mean we have to play stacks. It doesn't mean we have to remove everything on the board, but it means that our deck should probably be mill engines and removal pieces and a little bit of protection and basically nothing else. So not having tags is going to be rough. First, we're going to go through and just do a removal count. I'll do creatures first. So removes a creature. Can remove a creature. Yeah. We just have to sacrifice a different one. Can remove a creature. Third card. Fourth card. Fifth card. I don't love it as much because it's really just hating out the token player who's probably not who we need to hate out. Sixth card. Seventh card. Eighth card. Ninth. This is more like 8.5 card. 9.5. Okay, so we have 9.5 pieces of removal. While I was going through there, I did not really see a ton of draw engines. And if we don't see a ton of draw engines, that means we're probably seeing one, maybe two pieces of removal a game. I would be like doubling up the removal, which is going to sound like a lot. It's going to sound like a shitty game plan, and it is, but it is on purpose. That's what you have to do if you want to make it to turn 8 without doing anything that's more threatening than Sludge Titan. Right? Like Sludge Titan is a phenomenal engine for the deck. But if we don't appear to be ramping very quickly. Like if we're taking our time, we're going, yeah, man, I'm just land dropping and I'm playing some mill engines. We have to be tripping other people as often as we can. We have to be Peppermint Patty and they have to be Charlie Brown. I think I missed the Chupacabra, so you have one more than I thought, but I would be on like 20 fucking creatures that remove stuff. Like I would not be playing Bloomvine Regent period. I would not be playing Black Bloom Rogue. I would not be playing Acolyte of Affliction because this only gets us 2 cards in grave once. Like we want when we play X Death, we want to flip this guy into like a 21-3 the turn we play him, right? That's the what I got from your primer is when he comes down, it's end of the world territory. Yeah, 20 or more cards at like turn 8 tops. So the things we do to mill ourselves, they have to be really beefy. Like if I'm playing early game stuff that's milling me, I'm doing Satyr Wayfinder because it's gonna get um 3 to 4 cards in my grave for 2 mana, versus Acolyte of Affliction is getting 2 cards in grave for 4 mana. And it does get something back. I wouldn't be as worried with getting something back. I would be trying to rip through my deck just as quickly as I can. So let's look at Otag, Self Mill, type creature, commander, Golgari. Do we have Necrogoyf? That would be a very good self mill engine. We do not. Where is boy at? Do we have 6? Holy fuck, 6 would be so good. No, you should play 6 because we can repeatedly mill ourselves 3. We can get land drops if we need them, and this is our this is how we get recursion because we're casting them for discarding a land, which means we're trading one permanent for another. Is super good for us. Um, God, fucking Ice Still's probably pretty good. Let me look at the. Yeah, Ice Still's probably really good because it's going to give us guaranteed land drops. Probably don't want to do Summon Titan because it's going to get a bunch of permanents out of our graveyard. We have Baelmerk already. Um, Hermit Druid would, of course, be really good, but I can understand if that is maybe too good for what we're aiming for. Doom Whisperer is pretty hot. This does force you to return a land, which I don't love as much. We're not doing a crazy amount of entering from graveyards, but here's one guy. Barrow-goyf. Sorry, so not Necrogoyf, Barrow-goyf. So we're going to have a meaningfully sized. Ooh, card types in all graveyards. Oh, that's so tough. Never mind. I might be out on this guy now because we're only ever going to get creatures and lands. So we're going to have a 2/3 on our end, and maybe somebody else will give us like 1 or 2 more card types. Gargantua could be crazy. It might be worth playing Splinter Fright. This guy's slow, but it is like if we stick him early and then we just do board control, 2 every turn can add up to something eventually. Sewer Nemesis would be kind of funky because you choose yourself and then you mill a card every time you cast. I could see something happening there. And then we're at least going to get a big threat on board earlier because the reason I was telling you have to be a control player is your deck is predicated on not playing any threats until turn 8. And if we're not going to play any threats until turn 8, boy howdy do we have to be shooting every other threat on the battlefield. Siegfried would also be kind of a crazy threat. He would at minimum be better than like Acolyte of Affliction, better than Agonisaur Rex, definitely better than Bloomvine Regent. I think Bristlebud's okay, actually. I love Cavalier of Thorns here. I hate Dawn Treader Elk here. I just don't think you should be ramping. You have 38 lands. I think you should be like if you're going to ramp, it should just be good ramp, like Elvish Mystic, and you should leave filling the graveyard to the other stuff. We don't need to go. Um, yeah, we don't need to be doing all that. I don't like Genesis. I feel like this just puts you into analysis paralysis. And like, if there was anything you were going to be getting back, it's going to be a removal creature. Just play more removal. So if I was going to paint with a wide brush, everything that I think is cuttable: Acolyte of Affliction, Agonisaur Rex, Black Bloom Rogue, Bloomvine Regent, Dawn Treader Elk, Death Bonnet Sprout, Diligent Farmhand, Elvish Rejuvenator, Emeritus of Abundance, Eye Collector, Fang. Are we going for the meld? We're going for the meld, sweet boy. Um, yeah, I mean, if you want to go for the meld, these can be pet cards. We just have to understand that they're terrible. I don't think Liliana does that much for us. I would cut her. I would cut Hornet Queen. Um, Old Rutstein we can keep. I would cut Questing Beast. I would cut Reassembling Skeleton. I would. Sanguine Spy is kind of interesting. That's cute. I'm willing to try to let you rock with this. I think it's probably a cut though. Um, I would cut Scavenger Regent. I would cut Skullwinder. Solemn's fine. Um, I would cut Sporicist. I would cut Studious First Year. I would cut Teacher's Pest. So like most of the deck, we seem to be really, really deep in the pool of trying to establish synergies that are not the basic fundamentals of this needs to this needs to mill me a large amount, or this needs to mill me a meaningful amount. This needs to remove an opponent's threat, or this needs to be a standalone threat. I would build a draft of this deck where every card did one of those three things. So like mills me a repeatable amount. This one's a big maybe because of the whole we only have one card type thing. Um, is a mill engine, and is possibly a threat on its own, is possibly a threat on its own. We're right now being weighed down too much by things like Teacher's Pest that are meant to have like some level of, oh, I'm going to use the graveyard synergy. But it's not a threat. It doesn't get more things into our graveyard, and it does not deal with any of our opponent's threats. Maybe you're using it as a chump blocker. I do want to like entreat you and really impress upon you this idea will not work if you allow your opponents to do whatever they want. It simply will not in any bracket. You are trying to effectuate a game plan that could be done turn 4 on turn 8, which is a Voltron commander thing. Um, we either must be establishing meaningful threats, or we must be destroying our opponent's threats. So like if we and I really like we're ramping to nothing. We have what is all this big is the I guess like Sludge Titan Shieldred's what we're ramping to. Like this can be impending. I guess we have these big guys. Um but I think a lot of our ramp is too cute. Like just make it a dork or don't do it and just remove other people's stuff and land drop proudly towards your destiny. What other removal creatures have we left behind? We could Braids is really interesting because you again could sacrifice a land and just see what happens. But I would be doing like Marauder, Plague Crafter, Marauder. um we have Chupacabra, we have Rankle. You could do like Glissa as a card draw engine or as a really good blocker, but like this is what I would be doing instead of like Teacher's Pest. Um, we don't have the money for Apex Altasaur. You could do Insidious Fungus if you want Artifact and Enchantment hate. a demon's disciple, a royal assassin. Don't swing at me. Like it has to be is a threat, mills us a lot, gets rid of an opponent's threat. I don't think ramping should be that big of a deal for you, especially when we have Umori companion to cost reduce all of these things. And if you find that ramp is a big deal for you, it probably means we have to cut one or two more of these hyper expensive guys. But I think a number of the things I recommended we hit were the like 3 to 6 mana range. I know I recommended Hornet Queen, um, Questing Beast, Scavenger Regent. Sludge Titan's great. I love this guy the most. He's my favorite. But I think most of what has to be redone is a rebuild around the fundamentals. Like, because if we're gonna aura farm, we have to do something to generate aura. Holy shit, never mind, keep Eye Collector. I was recommending you cut them because I felt like they were really bad in anything but the opening hand, but apparently God loves you. So if you get them in your opening hand every game, like this is fine. We are establishing mill right now. God damn it. Um, oh, we don't want to ETB tapped because we want to go Umori companion to hand. Mill 2. Thank God we did not want to draw these. Deal damage, mill another one. Play Umori. Mill 2. Deal damage, mill another one. So this is where I'm talking about. We need that hefty removal, and we want that removal to be edict based because we've given other people 5 turns of whatever setup they want. We have 7 cards in our graveyard, so we could have a big Voltron commander, but we don't want to do that yet. And if we don't want to do that yet, like I don't know if playing Necron Deathmark is good enough. I don't think playing Vastland Scavenger and Stitcher Supplier is really good enough. We have to have more big guns to kind of shut everybody down. What's there? There's a board wipe dragon. Hold on. Like maybe play something like this that just straight blows everything up, because then hey, you have a big nice full graveyard to do, but we are delaying ourselves in the name of fairness, and if we're going to do that with a strategy that's already fair, we have to delay them too. And then some other standard suggestions would be, you could do Dark Confidant. Dark Confidant probably doesn't work with your current curve, but if you redo the deck around the new curve, you might find that it's a little bit better. Um, what would work is Sinister Gnarlbark. This would, like, you have plenty of creatures that you're okay with going to the grave, or you can just blight this guy and you get a couple turns of multiple cards. He's creature based. You're not going to get domed by your own irresponsible mana curve. Tag card advantage type creature commander Golgari. Could do braids again. I think braids would be really solid for you. We talked about 6 already. Not get Rog Monster. Uh, I don't think we're going to get to the city's blessing too easily, unfortunately. Talked about Glissa. Could use that as well. I could rock with Shigeki. I don't like how mana hungry he is, but he gets a little bit easier to reuse with Umori Companion. And if you wanted to have a way to get stuff back from your graveyard, it's better with this guy who can repeatably mulch over and over and over to get you a lot of stuff. Uh, but genuinely, I do. Oh, this guy's crazy, actually. This guy's crazy, fucked up, and good. If you want to have a thing that just synergizes with the oops all creatures and you want to ramp, it's fucking this guy. This guy will give you the life to help you stabilize. He will blow up anybody that has stacks pieces. He will get you all the mana you could ever want in the world. He is your one-off. Holy shit! Oh god! Oh fuck! Um, but other than that, we just got to rebuild around those fundamentals, and then I think you're solid. So if anybody has any fundamental suggestions, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I wish you the very best, and I do hope this helps.